Mama, don't cry. Yeah. Don't cry. Yeah. Mama, don't cry. Don't cry. I was just 1 year old when I died. AR's eyed my direction. More than 40 shots struck my house. One of those bullets pierced flesh and released my soul. I know we can't control what is destined, but this is vengeance. Sacrilegious tendencies become weapons. It ain't right, guess that's just life. That's what happens when you fight back them demons and they keep screaming to release this aggression. Sometimes I question, why did I have to go, God? You said I'd be fine. How you forget to save me? I'm a baby. Hey, we need some time. I need to grow up taller. Need to raise my daughter. Need to raise my son when I'm a woman. We need men that raise good fathers. As I lay sleep on that couch, I dreamt the day that we be free. And we no longer mourn through song and help prolong our family tree. So our grandma remember me as my story made the TV. It breaks my heart to break apart from you as tears crawl down your cheek. Maybe one day we'll be hand in hand. I land right by your side. We'll both find heaven, you and I. Until that time we touch the sky, mama, don't cry. Yeah. Mama, don't cry. Yeah. Don't cry. Laces been on my
Hey everybody, what is up? Colin here. Sorry about the technical difficulties there at the beginning. Welcome in everybody. Got to get the banner up. Got to welcome in the family. Welcome in family. I'm glad to have you here if you're here. It's going to be a short one today. I don't know if you saw the comment. I am on my lunch break at work. And speaking of which, I haven't clocked out. Give me half of a second. I'm going to keep you guys with me while I do this. So clocking out for lunch. Guys, we all saw the match today. You've all seen the thumbnail of the video, and it's not rage bait. It's not clickbait. It wasn't to get you here. I truly think, well, I'm almost clocked out. I want to be able to look at you guys in the eyes and talk directly to you here. And officially on lunch. Great. Good deal, everybody. 30 minutes starting now. Almost back. Hey, all right, everybody. Welcome. Looks like we've got some comments. Ryan G's in the house saying, hey, Colin, mate, what's up, Ryan G? Yeah, so, I mean, if you guys have seen the thumbnail, I am of the belief, and everybody, we've all got different opinions, and that's the beauty of life, right? But in my opinion, we need to keep Ange Postecoglou at least until the end of the season. And to me, that's so not a controversial thing. That makes so much sense to me. And I'd like to know maybe if there's anybody in the chat who doesn't agree, why, what you think would be better. Basically, and I should have had a picture of him ready to go. Maybe there's still one here from back in the day. But I don't want another Ryan Mason experience. I'm done. I've had the Ryan Mason experience. It was great. Sure, go get that guy some managerial experience somewhere. Maybe he can come back and actually be the guy, because Levy clearly wants that. I don't right now. Benny guy's in the house saying we really need to start buying quality top players. Yeah, that much everybody can agree. Benny guy, 100%. So right now we have a manager who's got all of these injuries, leaving us with a squad that is so imbalanced, absolutely imbalanced. We've got no legit center forward, so there's nobody to hold up play. There's nobody when we're trying to transition from defense to attack. We don't really have players to hold on to the ball. We've got Kulu, and he's good at that, of course. We'll talk about Kulu in a second. Sheriff Mark is here. He says, worst manager I've seen in my 50-plus years of supporting this team. Dang. And if you really feel like that, I 100%, I that's a valid opinion. You are definitely allowed to say that, allowed to feel that. And I wonder if it's a bit hyperbolic, if maybe if you thought really hard, there might be some, one or two worse, but it's all good. No worries. And yeah, so basically my reasoning here is that there is not a clear plan. If we sack Ange now, we've already got Ange players in the summer that were players that, sorry, I keep saying summer. I've said this all day. Got Ange players in the winter transfer window. There were players that he wanted. So we're clearly still buying for the manager. In January, which is just 1 month ago, mind you, we had this manager in mind. We were doing things for him. I think if we sacked him now, it would just be, there's no plan. There's no one to come in. If we got somebody that wasn't Ryan Mason, if we tried to appoint a manager now, it would have to be obviously somebody unemployed. It would have to be, it would just be another stopgap. It would be another stop on this Levy Enoch ride, and I'm through. I'm through with it. I'm through with the manager merry-go-round. I'm through with buying players to fit a manager's style, getting a new manager in, and then having to sell the players at a cut rate price. Levy won't do it. We're stuck with players that don't want to be there, that the manager doesn't want. I just don't see how, and we've got guys. I mean, the 10 injuries. It's not like our spine of our entire team isn't there. We've Vicario. I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. Vicario gone, Romero gone, Van de Ven gone. That's huge. Your two starting center backs, your keeper. Our original left choice, or our original choice left back isn't available either. First choice is the word I was trying to say. Purge is in the house. He said this manager is atrocious tactically. Not seen anything as bad as this in my time watching football. Man, I watch the MLS, support my local team, and I definitely have seen much worse. So maybe that's where we come from here is the disparity there. Benny Guy says, we all agree to disagree. My way of protesting. Levy and the board, ladies and gentlemen, please buy some quality players. Fans will worship you. Why can't you see that? It's basic. Shame on us. Yeah, man, we there definitely are problems. I'm glad you're still here, Mark. Mark says Villa couldn't fill their bench today and still beat us. Yeah, I mean, another thing I'll ask too. Did that first goal come from a tactical setup error? Can Ange have done anything about that first goal? And that's an actual question. I mean, if you want to answer that, if you think that I'm wrong, to me, it's not. There's some saying, a true artist doesn't blame his tools, but I think that's bullshit. Excuse my language, I guess. But I mean, anyway, let's see what the comments have to say. He says Mason is better than Ange. Mason had a lot better players at his disposal than Ange. Mason had Harry Kane, for fuck's sake. Harry Kane, informed Sonny. Which center are we talking about? He had a lot of better players than we have now. Mark, how can Plymouth Argyle show more structure than us? That's an important question. That's a very good question. They're the worst team in the championship. We do look like we don't have a great shape. The system doesn't look drilled into these players, but these aren't the first choice players. So many of these players were meant to be bit part players this season. So many of them. And we all talked about that before the season started. How many people said that Gray wouldn't get any minutes? How many people told me that Bergvall wouldn't get any minutes? They were going to get loans. Now they're playing week in and week out. That was never in the cards, guys. I just struggle to see how other people are struggling to see that there are factors in play that are making this an unfair time to judge this guy. Percy says Bournemouth have 10 injuries. What is the excuse for them? I mean, you could perhaps say they've got a better system in place. You could perhaps say the players understand the system better. And that's the goal here. You know, we want a system where players can slot in and out. We don't have that yet. We don't have that. We've got players that don't fit the system that never get used. I forgot Reguilon was here. And I know that people are going to come at me. The next thing everyone's going to say is Ange said that all of these signings were his. Well, I think that, first of all, Ange isn't going to do anything to the confidence of a person to say, I didn't want him. You know, this is a club signing. What the fuck? He doesn't seem like that kind of guy to me. He seems like the type of guy to take more personal responsibility for things. And so maybe saying that, you know, maybe he's okayed them, but maybe they weren't his first choice. It's just impossible to know, really. But you all would say, and I agree, you know, we've got to take the guy on face value. Well, all we've got is his word. And so, you know, fair play. Fair play. He says, do Bournemouth make these excuses? No, Bournemouth are winning, bud. Niall's in the house saying, Uncle Cole, what's up, Niall? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, this is going to be a short one. And again, I'm just kind of rambling and ranting. And this is the most worked up I'm going to get, I promise. Percy says, massively a tactical issue from the manager. We are always wide open. And Mark says the manager is toilet, end of. I mean, yeah, definitely free to have that opinion. I also, you know, I like to bring up the fact that, you know, we carved open City and everyone will say City or shit. City are falling apart with fewer players out than we've got. Also, City are in a better spot in the table. Don't start on me. I understand. You know, City aren't 15th. So don't remind me. I already know. But you see how much of a problem that Pep Guardiola is having at City with some players out. You know, with an aging KDB. You know, struggling with no Rodri, struggling, and I'm just like, you can see that, you can give that man those excuses, but you can't give the same kindness to the guy that manages your club. We're angry at the wrong people. It's not an Ange thing. It's a fact that he hasn't gotten what he's needed. It's another manager not backed by the board. The nonsense and injuries is the issue. Are we forgetting that we've been crap for 14 months? 14 months where we've consistently had injuries? Yeah, we have been crap for those 14 months for sure. Two Mark says, there is a donut in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, I mean, and I think you're probably referring to my question about the first goal. You know, how wide open we are. Is that a tactical problem? 2 at the back. Big ups. Oh, well, sweet. Everyone's bigging each other up. I'm glad that there's some love in the chat. I was worried it was going to get violent in here. So everybody, thanks for being nice. Truly appreciate it. Smash the like, says Ryan. Do that for real. Ben Kaufman says, evening all, just popping in. And just shit end of. You just come in here and you drop that grenade, buddy. Thank you, though. I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you hit a like. Would be much appreciated. And hope you're doing well, man. I don't have any coffee handy. I needed a little caffeine, so I got me a good old Coca-Cola. But I hope your coffee is delicious and you're keeping warm and all that good stuff, bub. Perchy says, winning odd games is becoming the exception. Yeah, yikes. Things are bad right now. Things are very bad right now. So one thing I think that you guys will find, I agree with y'all on, is that things are unacceptable. Form's unacceptable. The way that we're playing is unacceptable. I've almost emotionally checked out, you know, and I know that we all know people that have done that over the years, and I don't want to name any names. I feel like I'm an Alcoholics Anonymous right now. I don't want to say anybody's name, but you know, we've all known people that have felt like that. And I agree with you guys. The football is awful. There's no excuse, but I also think that a lot of that rides on the players themselves. And I'm having a hard time blaming, like I said, a manager for playing players when he's got literally a fucking handful to choose from. So you have to pick them. They're playing shit. They're not good enough. You know, it becomes a cycle. And until the players come back and people can beat me up and say that they're not having it, or, you know, why aren't other teams complaining about injuries? We're not other teams. We're Tottenham. I'm talking about what's happening here in a vacuum, in a you know, in its own little terrarium. I'm talking about Tottenham right now. I don't care about fucking Bournemouth having the same amount of injuries. I don't care about Plymouth Argyle having a better shape than us. I'm talking about Spurs in a vacuum. And yeah, it's just Two Mark says, not calling. We played counter because they pushed us back against City. And see, people will say that too. Whenever something happens, everybody's got like an answer. So it's always, well, we beat this team. Well, they were shit, or it's never, I can't understand. It's almost like, and I don't want to say that you guys have an agenda, and maybe I have an agenda. I really want Ange to work. So call that an agenda if you want. But it seems like the people that want him out are so willing to just, the opposition was shit. The win wasn't a big deal. It's just, I hear a lot of that. And it's just annoying. I don't know why we can't just get behind the people that represent our club, our manager, the face of our club at the moment. Like why not get behind the man? Purdy says, get me on if you want me to give facts. Good God, do we have enough time? I got 16 minutes. Holy shit, Perchy. Sheriff says, so 400 mil is not backing him. Fair. How much that 400 mil is on the pitch right now? And then you'll blame him still. It's still, you ask the question and the answer is always Ange's fault. So I don't even need to really ask him. Ryan G says, Pep has had family issues as well, to be fair. All right, well, fuck. You got me. I didn't know he split up with his wife. He deserves to have a bad season every once in a while, in your opinion. Well, Ryan, fuck you for being sensible. So there goes that point a bit, but still, Pep is having a not great season, and I think that to deny that is to wrongfully turn a blind eye. Perchy says 400 mil wasted on this manager. Perchy. Proper coach with proper tactics gets more out of this squad. Do you think that if we fire Ange today? So I'm not even saying that Ange isn't. I'm not even saying that Ange is the guy. I hope everyone knows that. I'm not saying for sure that Ange is the answer, or Ange is what's going to get us forward, or Ange is what. But I'm saying that we need for the rest of this season to keep Ange Postecoglou at the helm, because there is absolutely no other plan in place. It will be spur of the moment, like lastminute.com bullshit that it always is. And that'll lead to Ryan Mason being in charge again. What if Ryan Mason has a decent end of the season? That's Ryan Mason next fucking season too. You understand? Do you guys understand me at all? Like I understand you. I hope there's a mutual understanding. I understand where you guys are coming from. The football's bad. You need an answer. We need an answer to why it is. And obviously the answer, and everybody knows, you guys know, I know, the answer is board level. The answer is above the coaching level here. But we'll step back down. Everyone needs an answer, and it's easier, I think, to just say the manager's shit, which sucks because there are, like I said, are so many extenuating circumstances. Audio Artisan says, evening chaps in chat. Evening Audio Artisan. Great to have you here. Bergie says these players are far better than where we are in the league. It's just weird that they then can't show it. And people could say that they've given up on the manager. And if that's the case, that is absolutely pathetic. Players downing tools, to me, with the amount that they're paid and revered, they're little kids' heroes. I don't know, people that don't take that responsibility. I don't know, to quit on your manager, to quit on your team, pathetic. God, makes me want to barf. Ryan says, good evening, audio, mate. Absolutely. Audio is a classic. Mark says, no agenda, Colin, just watching with my eyes. No tactics or in-game management. Yeah, man. I see a lot of people say that. When I say, yeah, man, that's my go-to response. I don't necessarily mean like, oh, I agree, but I'm saying, yeah, like I do hear that a lot, and I think that almost goes hand in hand with the, oh, he just stands there, hands in his pockets. He's not tweaking anything during the match. And, I never played football at like a high level, right? I'm not like a professional athlete, but I played my whole life up until I couldn't anymore, 20 something. And, our managers, coaches, managers, what the fuck? Our coaches always kind of hammered into us that everything is before the game. Once the game starts, we were coached all week. We had training all week. And I understand if something's going wrong in the game and needs changed, it needs changed. But I guess I just don't count myself as like more qualified than this dude to say he's doing it wrong. What else we got? Ryan G. Yeah, buddy. Purdy says, my agenda is wanting a better manager at my football club. I want better players and a better board at my club too. purchases I could do 15 minutes. What about 12? And what's the best way to reach you, Perch Nasty? Oh, yeah, I've got you on WhatsApp. 1 second, buddy. I'm bringing you on. If you're a dick, though, I really will just kick you off because I don't have a whole lot of like space in my life for that. I feel like I'm being fairly nice. But so here, I'm sending you the link, big dog. Everybody, Perchy, the man himself, is going to be on my channel. StreamYard.com. I should just put it in the chat, but not really time for that business. Thanks, guys, for your patience. You've been lovely. Boom, Perch, it's been sent, buddy, via WhatsApp directly to you. I'm in your DMs, bud. Ange is never the guy worst manager ever, says Perchy. God, I have a feeling we're going to get along really good about that, or at least really agree on that whenever he comes up. And there he is, everybody. I wish I had an intro song or something to play, and I'm sorry I don't. But let me Perch.
How's it going, man?
How's it going, big dog?
Yeah, all good, all good. We talk facts here. So I get it why people want to keep this manager. I get it. Do I agree? No. What has Ange done since being at this football club that we all go, oh yeah, no, I can see that this guy knows what he's doing?
I mean, you don't think, obviously, when I say, you ask me this question, and I feel like it's a bit loaded because I give you my answer, which I'm going to say is, his first 10 games in charge looked great.
Right. So we're basing a manager on 10 games of football.
I like I said, I could tell where that was going to be picked apart.
Yeah, my point is it's a valid answer, right? If we're basing a football manager on 10 games of football, why did we sack other managers? So we can't sample size. I could flip that and say, well, if you took those 10 games of football out, how would you judge Ange Postecoglou's football?
And I would still say, I think I can see the design, or I can see what's intended, but what I'm seeing on the pitch is not that.
What can you see that's intended? I can't recognize what we play.
Right now it's fractured, and we have an incredibly imbalanced squad, and so I don't think we have the personnel to play that style.
Okay, good point, great point. We haven't got the players right now to play that, so why do it?
I guess the reason is stubbornness and persistence, and honestly, is that always a bad thing?
Massively a bad thing as a football manager. Stubbornness isn't a good thing.
I think sometimes in life stubbornness can get you places, Perch. But I get what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, okay. Granted, stubbornness can get you places if it works. With consistently hasn't worked. Do you know how many games we've lost since the turn of the new year?
Hit me with it.
Give me a number.
I mean, you got it right there.
I do.
12.
12. We haven't played 12 games of football.
I'm aware.
6.
Thank you.
We've averaged a loss every 6.5 days of the 6.5 days in. We've lost. Like we talk about no. So this isn't how. What training are we doing right now?
Okay. So I'm really, again, impressed for time. I hate that. We need to do this again sometime, man. It actually has been really nice talking to you.
I'm being respectful.
Me too. Yeah, I hope you know that.
I'm not here. Listen, I don't care what people's opinions are. I'll challenge anyone's opinion I don't agree with. It's part of the game. Someone in the chat saying I know F all about football. I know a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm an oracle, but I know a little bit of football. I do watch enough football to understand that this guy is awful. I'll be honest. I'll ask you a question on your show. If that's a little bit rude, but I mean it in the nicest of terms.
Yeah.
Does Ange get a better / leveled job if he leaves Tottenham tomorrow?
I personally think that if he went to a club like let's say Brighton, just for example, I think that he would excel.
Why would Brighton want an Ange Postecoglou? He'd
So
relegate him.
I guess what you're saying is, would he be attractive to a team?
No. Would a team want an Ange
Right.
Postecoglou? Not the other way around. Ange, if Brighton wanted Ange tomorrow, we'd snap it up. That's a massive job for him.
No, and he would do, and I think that he would do a good job there. I think it's the Spurs curse that I think is making everything. Yeah. I mean, so you look at a manager who's had success. So let's do this sometime. Well, Percy, can we make a date?
We maybe. I'm a bit busy because I don't do much street. I'm actually definitely massively part-time now, but I might be able to do something definitely another time.
I want to take maybe some of like his old matches, like when everything was really rocking and rolling I might try to track some Yokohama, however you pronounce them. I might try to track some of that down. I just want to see
big leagues now. We're not talking, no disrespect to Japan, Australia, and all that lot. That's not, no disrespect, but that's not big time.
But everyone acts like whenever they with respect to Ange and these leagues, they act like and then whenever he went to Scotland, it was kind of this case. But everywhere else, he did it in Japan, or not, sorry, in Japan, but in Australia where there's a salary cap. So it's not like he had the resources of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and he's playing people that don't. You know what I mean? He's on a level playing field.
But a salary cap actually goes against your favour here. Because a salary cap, what that does is it actually nullifies the league. It basically means that everyone's the same, so it doesn't make you that great. My point is I don't care what he's done at other clubs. I'll be real. I'm one of these. I'm a purist. I care what you've done at my club. I don't care what you've done before.
I guess I wanted to see if it looks like he's trying to implement the same thing that he implemented at those other clubs. Like if it looked like we are getting to that point.
Do we look like anything? I'm not just talking about with the injuries.
We look like
since the start of the season, do we look like an organised football team? Since the start of the season,
at times we have at times.
Example.
I'm just gonna keep using Man City as the example, but I mean, we were very
Man City. Man City's a fair shout. Did we play Ange ball?
We played how we had to play. I mean, we played how we were allowed to play.
Hang on, that's a feather in his cap. Fair enough. He adapted in that game, and I went fair play, credit.
Yeah.
But what did we have in that game?
What do you mean?
What did we have in that Man City game that we beat them? Both of them actually, both count because it was similar. What happened? We had injuries, a lot of injuries. Why is that the method that we're using to praise the manager, which is fine? Granted, great result. Yet the excuse when we lose a game, like we did today and like we did on Thursday, was we got a load of injuries.
So I guess because for me, if you overperform while you have injuries, that's great, and that's what happened in the City match. That's what's been happening. But then you revert to the mean eventually, which is a meager, bare bones, dying team of worn out, tired players. And I'm not trying to be loud or gross to you or rude or anything like that. So, but what I'm trying to say is, I mean, yeah, we overperformed against them with the players that we had at our disposal. Everybody played to their best. If everybody plays at a 10, that's what things look like. But apparently, this group of players doesn't have it in them to play at a 10, and so.
But have you not looked at the way that did we lose today because we've got bad players on the pitch?
I kind of feel like the first goal was absolutely due to poor players on the pitch.
First goal was because tactically we tell our fullbacks to bomb up the pitch
most of the time.
Yeah. Did you see where Pedro Porro was when that ball was played by John McGinn into, I think it was Morgan Rogers he played it into, or Morgan Rogers played the ball? I can't remember exactly. Do you know where Pedro Porro was on the pitch?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he was offside. I mean, if he was in a position where he would have been offside.
He was in there half of the pitch.
Yeah.
But my point is that's not an individual error. That's a tactical situation that the manager has done. Other teams don't tell your fullback to be minute one away at a tough ground like Villa Park to be bombing up the pitch. What are we doing here? Why? I use the examples like Plymouth Argyle. I use Leyton Orient as another example. Two teams that one is in the Championship, one's in League One. Both tactically got it spot on against two of the best teams in the country. tactically. These are players that you wouldn't have any player from Leyton Orient. You wouldn't have any player from Plymouth Argyle in your team. Why do other teams know how to set up a team on a big game of football while we can't? Because the manager doesn't want to. The manager came, by the way, hang on, we can blame all the players. The manager said that we've played well recently. This is the manager you want at our club saying, we played better. He said we played well. Like, is he not watching what we're all watching? Because we've been crap.
Yeah,
no, but hang on, that's not. The injuries are coming because of what the manager does. By the way, this isn't.
You can't. I mean, that you're crystal ball gazing at that point. Tell me.
No, it's true. It's true. The manager has said it though. Some of the stuff the manager has said. I played Sarr with an injury. What are you doing, mate? If you're playing playing players with injuries. Remember when we had Van der Ven and Romero out, and he brought them back for that Chelsea game, and they both got injured that game. That's a manager that isn't capable of understanding situations. Sarah, I don't care. I'll be honest, I don't care about other clubs. I'm not one of these people I don't love an individual at my football club. I don't care. I'm not one of these people that loves a manager or loves a player.
I get that from you. Yeah,
I've supported Tottenham all my life. I've seen managers go, players go. I'm not attached to anyone. I don't care. Ange, I will be a supporter of Tottenham Hotspur when Ange is gone. I was a supporter before he was here. So I don't sit in this sort of, I need to make sure I back a manager. If I don't think you're a good manager, as a fan, I have every right to say that. I think that we have this weird thing at the moment. I'm not blaming you. I'm not directing it at anyone. I'm not using it specifically. Please, can we not? We're not comparing Ange to Alex Ferguson. It's too late in the night to be doing something like that. We can't be. We're not, are we? Please tell me.
I will say I don't have the time. I will say it is time to shoot. Yeah, but Sarah, I like you, and I tend to. I think that you. It'd be great to have you on the show, Sarah. So make sure you've definitely subscribed. I don't think I've seen you before. And Percival, my man. If you could please let everyone know. I know you're part time, but if you want to let everyone know where they can find you before we part ways,
Perchy at Perchy Whitey, go check me out. Ranting and raving. There's not a lot of content at the moment, recent stuff, but I'm busy working. I work nearly all day, and I can't be bothered to sit on camera and moan.
I sit in this exact same chair to work, so it's like shit.
Oh no, I've got to travel in central London every day. It's not fun.
Oh man, no, not at all. But hey, I just want to say it's been really good talking with you. I know that we completely disagree on everything, but that's fine.
It's keep it respect. So as long as I will sit and have a debate with anybody, man. Like, I literally don't care. Like, as I said, people in the chat, you can like me or not like me. I don't care. I'm not looking for brownie points. But I will share my opinion whether people like it or not. I say it how it is. I see my truths in it all. I think we've come to an era where we have to just sit and blindly back a manager that can't win a game of football for love nor money. We win a game of football every time my direct debits come out every month. We average a game, one win.
I'm only laughing because the way that you put that is actually that's comical. That was
we do though. Every time when I look at my bank stuff and all my direct debits are coming out, we've won one game of football. We win one. This is the thing, right? And I know you want to end. I do apologize. I know you've got to run. We win a game of football and everyone goes, well, there you go. It's the turning point. Then we go and lose 3 on the bounce. And then it's always the same cycle. Nothing really changes. Oh, yeah, great.
Persia, I know, and I'll be the first to say that maybe there might be some emotion involved for me, but I think that emotion in sports is for me as a fan, that's part of what I like and what I get out of it. You know what I mean? It's everybody's different. You're a very no nonsense guy, and
football for me is a rite of passage. If you're good, you stay. If you're bad, you go. As I said, I don't have emotion on players or managers. You're
Fair,
crap. Get out of my club. I don't want you here. I don't need that. I want better.
So, and I feel like if we're giving our closing statements, I don't want anyone to see my channel close and show into the close and think that those are my views exactly. So I just think that there's no plan B. There's nobody to get that's worth a shit. And that keeping it until the end of the season is the only thing, in my opinion, that makes sense.
I'm going to do my 100 managers better than Ange Postecoglou list. We're up to about 45.
Shit, you've been working on it. You do see that you do have time. You have time to YouTube if you.
No, I started that before I had my job. I haven't finished the 100 yet. We're about 50 odd.
Gotcha.
I'm annoyed because he's probably going to get sacked before I can release the video, which is a bit disappointing.
He'll be here till the end of the season. You got that long, man.
I can't watch this again.
Hey, but I got to end it. But I will see you soon, buddy. Thanks for jumping on.
Cheers, man. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, Perchable. All right, and everybody else, thank you so much for joining today. If you would like to help the channel out, I think I've got it at the very top. I forgot to pin it. I was in a hurry today. But there is a link for you guys to take part in our Patreon and become a Patreon member. Oh, wait, I didn't even put it in here. Fuck it. If you want to be a Patreon member, the link's somewhere. You can find it. Everybody, though, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful night. And I'm going to end us with my buddy's music, as always. And thanks, everybody. Peace. I'm not on the ball today. 3, 2, and boom.